Okay, so I'm assuming that you were able to install Jupyter and then open it somehow. And when you do that, you get something that looks like this. It might look different for yours, slightly different, but the point is you come open to a file chooser thing here, and then wherever you want your project to be, you go to that folder. So let's say I want this to be in my documents folder. And maybe I have a teaching folder. I don't really use this computer very much to organize all of my teaching materials. So let's say we're here, and I'll just save it here. Okay, so when you want a new Jupyter Notebook to actually do some programming, you come over here, click New Python 3. And this will open something up, perhaps slowly. And now you have your input lines. That's what's here. And when you press enter, like I'm about to do, you get another line, and so on and so forth. So let me just point out that overall, the Python stuff that we're going to go over is basically just to sort of get you started with Python, and how maybe you can use Python in a math class. If you're in the computational track, I assume you already know a lot about Python, so maybe I'm not really sure what new things I can tell you if you're in the computational track. If you're in the computational track and already know Python, or if you're in the teaching track and already know Python, I'm not sure how much completely new information I can give you. I'm just going to kind of show you some of the things I do when I use Python, and most of the things that I'm doing when I'm using Python is class related, or like showing people things in class. Though I often will use Python to do my gradebook. Before we went to Canvas, I used Python to do my gradebook because I could do a lot of things that I needed to do, like like dropping the two lowest homeworks and stuff like that. It was easier to do in Python than it was to like download an Excel spreadsheet and work on it there. Anyways, so I'm just going to show you in these videos and in this part of the class what I use Python for. It's a lot of like showing, solving integrals, making graphs and stuff like that. But for now, let's just look at some very basic things like how to actually do something in Python. So let's say you just want to compute some multiplication. So you can do 88 times 175. And there's a couple of ways to get the answer. One, you can press the run button. If you run that, you get the output. 88 times 175 is equal to 15,400. Okay, another thing that you can do if you don't want to click the run button every time, you can do, let's say, 77 minus 45 times 10. You can press Shift Enter, and that's also going to give you the output there. Okay, and so a lot of things, anything that a calculator can do, obviously Jupyter is going to do, but we don't want to use Jupyter and Python. Just for that, I'm just trying to show you, how to get the thing open and how to actually, run some, do some computation or something along those lines. Okay, so this was just a very basic thing, very basic video to show you how to just do something in Python to get the feel, to see what things look like in Python. We'll show some slightly more advanced things in the next video.